Yeah, you can deploy it to multiple computers. So what I did is I set up one computer, did all the settings, installed the Windows and everything, installed all the programs I typically use, and then I went and created an image of that. So I have an image file here now of a fully set up computer. Now, once I deploy this, I will have to go reactivate Windows on all of them if they don't have it built into the motherboard. But otherwise, everything else will be set, all your settings, preferences. So to do that, I would go into Tools, I'd go into Image Deploy. Now, this is automatically going to set up a Pixie server on my network, so I would say yes. Now it wants me to select all the computers that I would want to push this image to. So now I have to go over here and boot up each computer. So now I go over to each computer. I hit F12 to get into the boot menu. So I go in the BIOS, and I'm going to make sure that the network boot is on. So this one is under System Config, and here I have the Pixie server enabled. And then under the boot options, if you want, you can set the first boot option to be over network. But I'm just going to not do that. I'm just going to boot into it manually. That way when it reboots, I don't have to go change it again. It'll just boot to the hard drive. So go back to your settings. And you do this on each desktop, you would now boot to the network card. And now it's going to look and find that server that's running on the other computer. And once it detects it, it'll boot up into a custom menu. There you go. It found the image file off the network, which is the Pixie Linux that is running on the other one. Now it's booting a Windows PE partition. And there you go, it's running in the backupper tool. Now this is running over the network. There's no USB or anything in this computer. And now it's saying the computer is prepared for connection to the server. Now I can go over to this computer and I can see now there's a system booting. So in a few seconds, it'll actually show the info and I can check it off. And then I can say, I confirm all the clients are connected. You would go next. And it'll ask you what image file you want to push. I'll choose one of my cloned images here. Choose which one I want to use. So my other one's on my desktop, it's not showing up here. And then you're going to have to make sure that each hard drive was plugged into like SATA 0. That way it knows, because it's going to push it to the same spot on all the desktops. You can choose how many desktops you want to do at the same time. And then you would start to deploy, and then that image will be pushed to all the computers, so they'll all be identical. And then you just have to go in and reactivate Windows and like your Office if needed, if it's not built into the motherboard. And that's all you have to do.